Number 26 for the Arizona Cardinals wasn't a big-name recruit out of high school. Most coaches didn't even know who Rashad Johnson was. But the determined young man from small-town Sulligent, Alabama, who graduated with only 54 people in his senior class, walked on the University of Alabama's football team and made his name known.
I didn't let any outside force dictate how I came to work each and every day. You know, there were teammates of mine that would criticize me the way that I practiced, that would tell me I needed to calm down, but I didn't stop until I reached the goal. And that goal was a scholarship and an opportunity to play at the University of Alabama. So no matter what your goal is, no matter what you're trying to push forward, don't let anything or anybody stop you. And I mean, that's the message that I lived, that's the message that I overcame, so that's the message that I continue to preach.
Johnson went from a walk-on to a 2-year starter and captain for the Tide, then a third-round NFL draft pick, and says playing under Nick Saban was life-changing.
Playing for Coach Saban was the best thing that ever happened to me. Coach Saban was a great coach, but he was also like a father figure to me as well. He taught me so many little intricate details as a football player. He just taught me how the little details in football make such a big difference in the player you are on the field on Saturdays. And I did the same thing in my life as well. The intricate details, the small things is what add up to make the bigger picture.
Johnson's work ethic still evident in his professional career, the only rookie in the Cardinals' 2009 class to start a game that season. Johnson says it's easy to see why so many Alabama players make it to the NFL.
And he's trained us way harder in college than we'll ever have to work once we get to the NFL. So that's why it's such a feeder program and honestly the best program in the country if you're trying to go to the NFL. You know, Coach Saban knows the way, he has the blueprint.
A go-getter, a fighter, a role model, all describe Johnson. But how about resilient? In 2013, Johnson lost the end of his left middle finger on an attempted tackle. He kept playing.
We learned so much at Alabama about, mental clutter and being able to block out things that don't matter and being able to channel your focus on the next play and forget about all other things that are going on around you. And that was just something that I dialed into when that happened. The guy hurt my finger, I'm dialed in. I got to concentrate on this play. Then after the play, you feel the pain, but you're concentrated in on the next play.
Another carryover from Alabama to Arizona, the expectation to win.
Honestly, nothing less than a Super Bowl. We got a very good team. We got some very experienced players, a lot of guys returning. So I expect us to be very good and pick up where we left off last year and making sure that we finish this season the way that we should have finished last year.
Johnson watches every Alabama game and says this year's team needs one focus.
In order for this year's team to be a great Alabama team, they have to live off this season. They can't live off last year's team that made it to the first playoff and made it to the championship game. They can't think that they're going to do that just because last year's team done that. You have to go in, establish your identity each and every year, each and every game, and they got to approach it one game at a time.
As for the guys trying to prove themselves, take it from a guy who already did.
Keep fighting. If you're a walk-on and you keep seeing 5-star athletes walking in and getting a spot before you, I would tell you to keep fighting, keep believing, and it's, at the end of the day, everything is in God's control. No man can close any door that God has opened. No man can open any door that God has closed. I'm a firm believer in that. He has our destiny in his hands, and if you're faithful to him, he'll be faithful to you. And it says, faith without works is dead. So in order for me to show God that I believe in him, that I have faith in him, I have to make sure my work aligns with my faith. So I would tell them to work hard, and if your work is aligning with your faith, God will do the rest, and everything else will work itself out.